So I just finished the last vlog and I figured I might as well go ahead and just get started with the next one because we are really in the thick of it at this point. So today we moved all of our boxes over to like this corner of the living room. They were all packed up like right here against this bookcase, and let me think. I'm trying to think of ways that I can explain how like the system we're using for moving. Okay, so there's several different options you can choose when moving abroad as to ways to get your things there. You could always go with just checked luggage and just bring like clothes and small personal items. That would be probably like the cheapest way. You can ship a few boxes through like UPS and things like that if you only need to bring like 1 or 2 boxes. That can be economical. But if you do want to bring a good deal of things, there are shipment companies that basically just give you a pallet, and then you can put all your things on a pallet, and then they just like pick it up and they ship it off. But there's also full service moving companies that will come into your house, pack all your stuff, pack it into a truck and get it shipped. Like that's probably the most expensive but probably easiest way to do it. So I think we went with kind of the middle, where we're not taking furniture. A lot of the apartments there are furnished, so we're not too worried about it. We're just taking personal belongings and things like that. So I'll show you what we did here in the living room to kind of get an idea of what our shipment's gonna look like. So here's the corner of the living room, and as you can see, we taped off on the ground. So the interior dimensions of our pallet are 43.5 inches square. So I'm pretty sure, yeah. So we just went ahead and taped it off in this corner so that we could start, Tetrising all of our boxes and trying to figure out what can fit and where, because you have to label every box and like with the labels that are provided by the company. And so we didn't know if we had too much stuff, and if we have too much stuff we might have to like unpack and repack things. So we didn't want to have to put all the labels on the boxes and then say that box number 5 we were like, scrap that, don't need it, then we're missing a box number 5. Does that make sense? And that could be a problem with customs and stuff. So this is what we did instead of having to take everything up and down the stairs, because the pallet is in the garage right now. So we taped along the floor, and then we taped up to mark the 72.5 inches height of our crate. It's like a pallet that is surrounded by a really sturdy cardboard box. They call it a crate, the company we use, but it's basically just like a large cardboard box and a pallet. So as you can see, we have a few items that we're still trying to figure out where they're gonna go. And we got most of our boxes from Home Depot. We used heavy duty. I don't know if that was like a good choice or whatever. They're a little bit more expensive. They're a little bit thicker. But we figured we're sending stuff and it's gonna be, in transit for like over a month. So we're trying to make it as secure as possible. So we use mostly Home Depot boxes and a few random boxes from family and friends and stuff like that. So we mostly use medium-sized boxes and the small-sized boxes. They tell you to use all boxes of the same size to make it easier, but I knew that for heavier items like books and kitchenware, I didn't want to use a big box because it would be so heavy. So I tried to stick to medium and small. There are some of different sizes, like these boxes are random sizes. They're a little bit smaller because they have books. And then there's this box down here which has Alex's desktop computer. So that's a little bit of a different size. And then we had one large box because we had some things that were too big to fit into a medium-sized box, like Alex's computer monitor. So that's kind of where we're at right now. We're still trying to figure it out. They tell you that everything needs to be like really snug. Here's a few other items. And it has to fit really well together. So we have like, these are our couch pillows, like throw pillows. So we have those, which we can stuff into the shipment as well, in between some of the boxes, and blankets and stuff you're allowed to do just to make sure that it's really snug. So when we get it more together, I'll show you what it looks like. Hi, we're back again, and I just wanted to show you the packing situation and what that looks like. We went to Home Depot last night and got a few more boxes, like I said, because we're going to try to reorganize some of this. So let me show you. So as you can see, these boxes down here are irregularly shaped, and so there's like no good way to get everything to fit in there evenly and things like that, because we still have like this box and this box and then that box that right there that needs to fit in, and we still have one more box we need to pack. So we are going to repackage all these irregularly sized boxes in the bottom and this box, and we are going to put them so that there's a large in that corner, so that there are 4 larges in the bottom, 4 mediums, or right? It'll be 8 mediums altogether, and then 6 and some more smalls on top, so it's all symmetrical, so that when we wrap it up, it will, like, everything will be really secure. So I'm gonna get started on doing that, and I will show you what that process is like. So I was able to repackage some boxes into these 2 large boxes so that we can have the 4 large boxes all in the bottom with 8 medium boxes in the middle, and then 6-ish smaller boxes on top. You might be able to fit a bit more, so it all fits really well together. So one of the issues you can run into with that is that because all of these are already labeled, like this one says like box number 5 close, we do have to put like actual labels on them, but we just wanted to make sure that we weren't gonna like mess up our numbering and get confused, because if you're moving internationally, you are probably gonna have to do a packing list that looks a bit like this. And so you have the number of your boxes and then what's in every box. That way, when you go through customs, they can easily look at your shipment and what you have written down as to what you're bringing, and if they want to look at any specific box or anything in your shipment, if they have questions about it or if they need to look through your stuff, they know what they can expect to find in each box. And so it does require you to be pretty specific. So if you're bringing because you're not allowed to bring any like animal products, like stuffed, like taxidermy animals, food, guns, flammables, like a bunch of stuff, as you can imagine, that you're not allowed to bring in. So they would look at this list, and if they see something that says gun, they're going to be like, okay, well, where the F is that box? We have to take that, you know what I mean? So you do have to be as specific as possible. Like you can see here, I said my bags are empty. And yeah, they just tell you to kind of be specific. Like I have to say that these are board games that I'm bringing, and some unframed pictures. You just have to be specific just so you can try to get you don't get your shipment in trouble. So yeah, we're just bringing like really simple stuff, obviously, but so far we haven't run into too much of an issue with the numbering situation. And once we get this all under control, I can put on the actual labels, which I don't know where they are right now. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do next after I just double check this list and double check that these boxes are gonna be, and this order is gonna be what we're gonna go with. So here's a little bit of an idea of what the shipping labels that are provided look like. They also have like our shipment number and the company and everything, but I'm not going to show you that. So yeah, so we have to write the number, the box number, and out of how many boxes, and then the contents as well on each box. So that's where this comes in handy, and why this is so important is that once this is set in stone and once you start labeling your boxes, you obviously need to know how many pieces you have. And I don't want to have to go back and like remove all the labels. So I'm taking a lot of time to make sure that this master list is correct before I fill out these labels and start putting them on the boxes. So I think I'm going to wait until Alex comes home. We're going to pack his computer into its new box, and then we're going to look over our shipment once again, and then we'll start filling these out and putting them on our boxes. So it's Friday night and we are just starting. We got all the new boxes. We got it all set up so it fit really nicely. And now we're putting all of our labels on the boxes. They have to be on two sides. So here are some of our boxes that we've completed. And then I'm just slowly taking them down as we go and labeling them. And then we can fill out our insurance form. And then on Sunday we are packing our crate, getting that all together, and they're picking it up on Monday. So I'll update you when we start packing everything on Sunday. Alright, so it's Sunday and we are going to move this mess down into the crate in the basement. The rest of the apartment is in shamblams. But that's alright. Yeah, we're just going to move this stuff. Hopefully we can get it done fast because it's hot. So we've loaded everything onto the pallet. Here's a pallet down here. We have everything loaded as we want, and now we're taking some shrink wrap and shrink wrapping all the boxes and our small additional items as well to kind of fill in this space where it's not completely full. And then we have these walls. We have one wall here, and then a wall there, and then this is the top. So we'll show you once we get it all shrink wrapped and we start putting on the walls what that's gonna look like. So now that it's all been taped up, we put the two pieces for the sides on. But you just have two pieces that they slip in together, and then we're gonna tape the sides. You tape up the sides so it's all compact. And then we will put the top on, and which is the top is right there. And then we will put the little plastic shroud thing on, and then we have to put straps around it through the bottom. So we are almost there. Okay, get in the shot. Get in the shot. Okay, so here, can you move that blanket? Here's our pallet wrapped in the shroud, which I find a funny name, and then strapped down. The lid and everything, perfection. We're so glad it's over.
Minimal fighting too.
Yeah, minimal arguing.
Look at my knees, so beautiful.
All right, it's time to wrap this up. Wrap it up, Alex.
We already wrapped it.
No, the vlog.
Bye.
Say thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.